Hi, everyone. Okay, a lot of the questions, and I've been holding this off for a while and not talking about it because something always came up, politics, this, that, tsunamis, all of that. So I can talk about it now. So I'm doing it finally. All right, it's the five elements, and the five elements are also the way we're talking about it is what, a lot of people say, I'm sleeping in my mountain, so now I've got the energy to actually go exercise, etc., etc. And some people lose weight and all of that. Yet sometimes it's not. There's no result. Okay, so that is because elementally each of these is actually a certain exercise. And so, for instance, if you have a lot of wood and you need to get rid of this wood, then fire is how you would then use fire. Now, when we're thinking of fire, fire is like, it just takes over type of thing. It needs to also, though, be contained. So if you have a lot of wood, then doing something that is, like this and this and this, it's not going to work because you already are the tree with a branch, 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 branch. So that's not going to work. So the fire element is the boxing, because it's about discipline. And that's what wood needs, discipline. Think of pruning this tree, it fruits and flowers better. At the same time, the fire element also is, when you're going up, and that's like your Tai Chi, it's also your yoga, all of that. So, when you're bringing in within Qigong type of thing, you're containing your energy slowly and you're bringing it in, and then you're spreading it again and you're doing whatever the Qigong move is, etc. So whatever you are trying to do. So that's fire. So wood people need that, more discipline. Karate, Tai Chi, all of that requires discipline. So you've been spending, so many months at the gym lifting weights. You've got to just get rid of some of that wood, that oak tree that is stubborn and not moving, okay, in that way. For fire people, to get shed weight and they have to ground themselves. So how does fire ground? They walk barefoot on land, grass, etc. So again, you can still go outside, act on your, patio or whatever, because you're grounding yourself when you're doing it. But walking is the ultimate for that. So walking will drain that because you're walking on the earth. Walking on a treadmill, maybe that could work as well, but you are walking. What you're doing is, because earth is a mass, so you're covering masses when you're walking. You're covering a big space. And on a treadmill, I think that works. I'm not sure. Give it a go. If you are the earth element and you need to, lose weight, get more fit, etc., that earth element requires metal. You can actually do it with acupuncture or lots of piercings. So with that, the metal then for earth people is the metal, as in your dumbbells. It's, you're in a proper gym, and that gym is all those, the things you do in the gym. Yeah, you can tell I don't go to gym. Anyway, so it's all metal. So you're surrounded by metal. That gets your motivation happening as well, because that is your outlet as a person, as an element. It's your outlet. So metal people, stick them in a warm bath and see what happens. So swimming, okay, even in the cold weather, you can still go swimming. We have heated pools. And so because this metal is so cold, going into cold water helps a little bit because that's your outlet. And you've got a way to move for this metal. But warm water is even better because once metal is warmed up, heated, fires applied, it's molded. And so metal, then swimming is the ultimate. Spas, putting your feet in, Himalayan salt, etc. So elementally, what you are doing is releasing that. For water people, the wood. So wood is any form of dance. Okay. So if you need the wood just as wood, then use your legs. That's what wood. You just do your dance thing. If you need the wood in the fire, then you do the haka, kamate, kamate. And if you need the wood with earth, then go outside and do your little twirls and whatever. If you need the wood with metal, then do a dance where you have to have, it's a metal discipline dance, that kind of thing. The wood, the dance with water, then, that's your Polynesian and the belly dancing and all of that. So each of those elements gives you the way out and what you should be doing. So if you are a wood element and you're sitting there lifting weights, it's not doing anything. How about you do some qigong, some tai chi, some Pilates even. Pilates was actually, it originated, the guy that started Pilates, not many people know this, he was a boxer. So it was a boxer that actually came up with Pilates. Can you see a boxer doing, the stretches? No, but that is what it was for, because they tightened up too much. So that would have tightened up too much. We need to release it, and the stretch actually does that. So elementally, whether it's for exercise, whether it's for health, whether it's to lose weight, now you know what the element is and what you need. So go through what element you actually are, then decide which of these do you need. How do you choose that? You can choose it as a favorable element, or you can choose it as what releases your expression, your talents, your skills. It's your outlet. So if you are wood, it's fire. If you are fire, it's earth. If you are earth, it's metal. Metal, water, water, wood. And that's what makes the world go round. Okay, so this has nothing to do with, how do I put it? It has nothing to do with other modalities. A lot of people are saying to me, I've got to stop drinking, so how do I stop drinking? Well, actually, alcohol makes people speak. So if you are drinking alcohol, that's bringing out your expression. And some people say, I've got to stop the cigarettes. So hang on, alcohol is a water element. If you need water, then you're drinking, and there's a reason for your drinking. But I'm not saying you should drink here, guys. I'm just saying that there's a reason for it, so supplement it with something else. And then cigarettes, as I was saying before, is a fire element. And what cigarettes do is they make you think. As it's like, sweetheart, darling, pet, that one? So that fire makes you think, the thought, all of that. So some people actually do smoke. Yes, you need the fire element. And I am not saying it's okay to smoke. So don't say Sal said. No, I didn't. So it's the element that you need. How do you compensate that? Go on a holiday. Most people stop smoking on holidays because of the fire element. It warms them up. They don't need that anymore. Or buy yourself some red knickers, and that way it's easy. And you got it. I said, pet, I said, darling, why would I do that? Exactly. So we love Magda. So that helps you elementally. What should you do and what you shouldn't do? I can't incorporate the foods in this, so I'll do another one with foods elementally, and why certain people gravitate to certain foods, sweet, sour, etc. I know the questions have come in, and I will get to it, I promise. But at the moment, this is how you look at it. So you're going to look at it elementally, what you are, elementally your outlet, and then do the exercise that is meant for you, not what someone says you should be doing. Okay? Hopefully that helps, and everybody sheds that excessive verb. Unless you're menopausal, forget it. And so that's it. That's it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for coming on.